Hello, New York Comic Con. That was all right. Can we do it again? Hello, New York Comic Con. All right, I'm Jordan Zachrin with SYFY WIRE here with Matthew Rosenberg. He is a, yeah, come on. Good.
Thank you.
He is a comics creator who does more work than I've ever done in my life. You do X-Men, and we're here to talk about your new Image comic book. You want to hold it up?
I'll hold it up, yeah.
What's the furthest place from here?
Yes.
That's the name of it, not a question.
That is the name of it. It's a new book I'm doing with my buddy Tyler Boss, who is drawing it. He's very good at drawing. I just write the words. And it's coming out from Image next year, and we're very excited. We did a book last year called 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank that some people liked. And so Image was nice enough to let us do a new book.
I've heard you describe it as a spiritual sequel to that book.
Yeah, it's, you know, we didn't want to, the 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank ends, and that's the end, and we wanted to make sure that was the end. But a lot of the stuff we were trying to do with that book of like mashing a bunch of genres together and trying to make each other laugh and trying to like make each other sad, we're gonna keep doing that. And so this is like us trying to see where we can go next. So that's sort of the spirit of it.
You know, I read the book already. I just got a copy. Tyler signed it for me. He told me to tell you that you suck.
Yes, he's not wrong.
You know, it is about kind of very timely, about a wasteland in America. Apropos of what's happening in the world right now. Why don't you tell everybody what the deal is with this book?
Yeah, it's a coming-of-age story about a group of kids who live in a record store. Their whole life is sort of in this record store and in the surrounding area because the world has been ruined, and you don't know what happened. We don't, that's not what the point of the story is. And one of their gang, they're sort of a family or a gang, goes missing. And they have to decide if they want to leave the comfort of their home, of the record store, and set out into the world to try and find her. And it's sort of a, you know, I feel like a lot of like coming of age fiction and stuff like that is very sort of, you know, there's a sadness to it, but a lot of it is about like, well, this is good, this is growing up, and we're sort of going the other way of like, this is where it goes wrong. This is what the things you leave behind in childhood that you shouldn't.
Growing up is bad.
Growing up is bad, yeah.
Sure. All right,
that was the alternate title. We didn't think that would sell any books, so.
I mean, I think we can all attest here that growing up is bad.
Growing up is bad, yeah.
You know, right off the bat, just read the issue, you take a pretty mean dig at Hall & Oates. I gotta ask you about that.
Well, I don't. A character in the book takes a mean dig at Hall & Oates. I like Hall & Oates very much. But yes, yeah, there you go.
Here for Hall & Oates, there we go.
Hall & Oates are here.
Guy in the Batman hat loves Hall & Oates.
Yeah, the kids who live in the record store all have records that are theirs, that they claim, that they cling to. And Sid, our lead, picks Hall & Oates, the Private Eyes 7-inch. She's very excited about that. And the rest of the family is very confused by this.
Yeah, they say this will be your record.
Yeah, it's your record for your life. You are identified by this sort of one item, and they don't entirely know what the records are. It's sort of, they fetishize this stuff without really knowing what it is. So
what would be your record for your entire life?
Oh geez.
Hall & Oates.
Yeah, it's Hall & Oates Private Eye 7-inch. No, I don't know. Maybe the Minor Threat full length. I don't know. Like
solid. Now,
yeah.
You told me just now that you're a lifelong X-Men fan.
I am.
And you are hopping on next month to the relaunch of the Uncanny X-Men.
Yes. The Uncanny X-Men as a title has been absent for a while. The X-Men have been fractured a little bit. There's some great books, X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold and X-Men Red, and Astonishing X-Men, which I've been writing. And it's time they all come back together. And so with Kelly Thompson and Ed Brisson, the three of us are all writing, and we have a slew of amazing artists launching Uncanny X-Men next month as, you know, the fate of the world hangs in the balance, and it's time for the X-Men to unify and save the world. So that's what we're doing, Uncanny X-Men #1.
I know you grew up loving the X-Men.
Yes.
What is the team here?
What is the team?
Yeah. Who are the Uncannys?
It's all of them. It's it's Jean Grey, it's Kitty Pryde, it's Storm, it's Bishop, it's Cannonball, Armor. It's not a traditional X-Men team. There's 35 or 40 main characters in the book, and we're trying to give them all. One of the big things is that we're doing it's sort of a look back on the past of the X-Men and all the amazing X-Men runs we love, from Stan Lee and Jack Kirby to Chris Claremont and John Byrne and Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely, Joss Whedon, like all these people who've done amazing X-Men runs. And so we're looking back and paying tribute to all the X-Men that have come before, all their teams, all the different moments, and then moving it all forward. So it's a look back and a look forward is the goal.
Who are your favorite X-Men to write?
My favorite X-Men, I have weird ones. My favorite X-Men are Havoc and Magic, who are sort of, there you go, yeah, we got one.
We got mild reception for Havoc and Magic.
Yeah, you guys really love Havoc and Magic. That's awesome. Havoc and Magic are, if you don't know, Havoc is Cyclops' little brother, and Magic is Colossus' little sister. And they've been my favorite since I was a kid, probably due in no little part to the fact that I have an older brother, and I identified with the much cooler but much less respected younger X-Men.
Now, you write a lot of teenagers.
I do.
This book, your past books, your favorite X-Men, younger.
Yes.
How do you keep up with the kids?
Oh man, I don't know that I do.
Maybe I shouldn't phrase the question that way.
That is a weird connotation that's gonna get me.
Which teenagers do you stalk is what I mean.
Yeah, I go to the mall and I follow kids around and just write stuff down that they say. And no, you know, I feel like a lot of people say to me a lot, like, oh, you write kids well. And my approach is always like, they're just like adults. Like there's a lot of time when writers make an effort to like make kids something they're not. And if you talk to a kid, like a kid wants to be talking to like a grown-up, spoken to. And I feel like they want to be taken seriously, and a lot of the struggle is that people don't take kids seriously and don't respect them and don't think that they understand things that they do. And so that's sort of a thrust in a lot of the way I handle writing younger characters is like, they are usually the ones in the story who understand things that the adults don't, and I think that's important.
Now, you've been doing Astonishing X-Men, Uncanny X-Men coming out, you got this book. How many hours a night do you sleep?
Last night I slept 2 hours, which is why I just said talking.
Why?
Yeah, you know, not that much. I write a lot, but it's writing comics is the best job in the world, so I have no complaints whatsoever. But
I'm worried for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna die, but you know, I'm happy until then.
All right, that's solid.
Yeah.
Now, you're doing this for Image,
Yes.
creator-owned book, right?
Yeah.
So so now that you're doing creator-owned stuff, obviously you love writing the X-Men, that's your dream job.
Yes.
What do you like? Which one's more fun for you? Which one do you put more time into?
You're gonna get me in so much trouble.
Marvel, he does it all for Marvel, don't worry.
Yeah, Marvel over there, cover your ears. No, I like them both. They're very different. And when I was coming up as a writer, a lot of I would read interviews with my favorite writers, and they'd be asked like, what's it like writing, you know, superheroes for Marvel or DC versus your own stuff? And people would always be like, well, it's a totally different skill set. And I was always like, that's such a pretentious answer. It's just writing. And now that I do it, it's a totally different skill set. And like, I always say the difference between writing them is like writing superhero comics, you can't break them. Like you're not allowed to I can't just kill all the X-Men. And writing a book like What's the First Place from Here, we can do whatever we want. And so the difference is really like getting in a car and having a destination versus getting in a car and just driving. And both are awesome and fun and I love them, but they have such a different feel.
So more killing is really what it is.
Yeah. I just want to kill more stuff.
All right,
really.
solid.
Yeah.
You know, you worked at a comic book store
I
for
did.
a lot of years. What was your big break? How'd you make that jump from someone selling comics to someone writing comics?
Well, that's a weird story. I used to work in the music industry for a while, and then I worked in comics, and a guy reached out to me knowing that I worked in the music industry and then liked comics and was trying to make comics, and he wanted me to work with him on making a comic, and it turns out he was RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan's manager.
Wow.
And he wanted me to make a comic with RZA and Ghostface. And so that was my first gig, was writing a book called 12 Reasons to Die. It's a hip-hop horror crime story.
So that's the normal sort of, you know, first break writing for Ghostface.
The normal way to break in, the easiest way to break into comics is meet the Wu-Tang Clan, get them to give you comics work, and then Marvel will hire you, and then you're here on stage.
That's a truly inspiring story.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's going to go do that now.
I mean, that's how Stan Lee did it. That's how everyone did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you still making comics for the Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah, I'm not. I made 6 issues of comics for them, and then I co-wrote an album with Ghostface Killah, and then I was like, the rap thing has been fun, and I'm gonna go make comics now.
That's really funny that you that's how you broke in.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do a thing here called roll for question.
Okay.
And so what you do is you take that die. I think it's dice, whatever.
Die.
It's die.
Really big.
Thank you. It's 20-sided. You roll it. You can tell me the number. All right. That's 2.
It's 2.
All right. Jumping ahead of the game. 2. Now we got a question corresponding to number 2.
Okay.
All right.
Now I'm really nervous.
If you were fighting crime, would you banter with the criminals, or would you be the more silent punching type?
I'm really obnoxious. I'd probably banter with the criminals. I'd probably get killed doing it, but like, you kind of have to.
If you have super strength, of course you want to like mock them a little bit.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. The funny thing as an adult is I go back and I read like the early Spider-Man stuff, and you're just like, he's such a jerk. And now it's like, now you're like, oh, he's so funny and it's fun. And it's like, no, he's really mean to them. You feel bad for them now because he's so mean.
Especially because early Spider-Man, he wasn't always fighting big bads. It was like,
no, he's fighting like a guy who's just stolen some bread and stuff. And then he's just like making fun of him as he breaks his arms. That doesn't really happen in Spider-Man, but you get the idea.
Yeah, like, I'm just stealing to eat. Sorry, guy.
Yeah. He should be like, hey, man, I'm sorry your life's not working great. Can I help you?
Well, Matt Rosenberg, your new comic comes out next year.
Yes.
Stay tuned, guys. Stick it here. We got keep it going. Up next, we have Bad Times at El Royale. There's the cover of the comic book. Bad Times at El Royale. Stay tuned on Twitter with #It'sAFanThing and #NYCC. Matthew, thanks so much.
Thanks.
I'm Jackie Jennings with SYFY WIRE. If you can't get enough of New York Comic Con, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel for news, interviews, cosplay, and so much more. What are you waiting for?